Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Today we have uh, The Strongest Man in the World. I thought this was a standalone film when I first checked it out. Turns out that it's part of a series of sorts. Uh, Doing a little research and finding out that it's part of Disney's series of college comedies. Apparently, The Absent-Minded Professor kind of falls into this, but this is actually part of a trilogy in a sense that stars Kurt Russell as Dexter Riley, I think, or something like that. But he was it started with the Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, which is considered a classic. Um, and then Now You See Him, Now You Don't, and then this one, which is the third, basically just puts Dexter and his college buddies into all sorts of sort of supernatural shenanigans or super science shenanigans that I guess one involves invisibility and this one involves him eating cereal that gives him super strength. And not only him, but it affects a dog. It affects a car even. It's super silly stuff. If you've not heard of these films, if you've not seen them at all, I honestly hadn't seen them before, as far as I know. Maybe I saw them when I was very, very little, but I don't recall them at all. Kurt Russell is, yeah, he's technically the star of this, although for the most part, you don't see him for most of the movie. He's in there sort of toward the beginning, and then he finishes off the film. But everything in between focuses on the rival cereal company. Stick with me on this one. The rival cereal company trying to get the secret formula to the cereal he ate that gave him his super strength so they can compete with them in a weightlifting competition, as cereal companies do. They get their colleges that they support to have a weightlifting competition in order to prove who is a better cereal company. Yeah. So, of course, it comes down to Kurt Russell to Dexter to save the day. But he is almost thwarted by Dick Van Patten, of all people, who plays a betrayer of the company he works for. And he hires two goons that, if you've seen the other two films, you'd recognize. One played by Cesar Romero, who many of you might recognize as the Joker from the original Batman 1966 series with Adam West and Burt Ward. There's other actors: Joe Flynn, Eve Arden. Let's see, Phil Silvers. I'm just going down the list here that I can hear. Harold Gould. These are names, if you haven't seen classic films from the early to mid 20th century, you won't recognize these names, but they are well-known classic actors, character actors. Some of them I'm pretty sure are old enough to have cut their teeth in vaudeville, because, like I said, this is a very silly, nonsensical in many ways film that has them chewing scenery. It's each of these actors, especially the dean, who's played by Joe Flynn, is just eating up the scenery. In this case, busting up the scenery, because even he gets to have super strength for a bit, just to sell the idea to the cereal company. Again, none of this makes sense as a way to show off this great scientific discovery that makes people strong. Let's put it in cereal. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, and a cow gets involved as well. It's all started with a cow. And the cow drinks it and then or eats it, and he's suddenly shooting out she's shooting out like 80 gallons of milk and like nonstop. Again, I'm spoiling a whole lot for this, but it really doesn't matter, because it's all about the execution in this. It's not so much about story. You're not being like, oh my god, he's ruined that twist for me. No, it's really, if you like good, silly family films, that are wholesome beyond belief. This is ultra wholesome here. Honestly, you can't get neater and sweeter than this movie. Maybe the other movies in the series, which I haven't seen yet because I haven't. It hasn't showed up in the cycle yet in the random selection. But yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, something goofy and sweet, this is the kind of movie for you. Lots of physical comedy, lots of really long, drawn out sequences that in today's filmmaking era would have been super special effects, been super CGI, and would have taken maybe 1/10 the amount of time to execute. Even at one point when Dean starts showing off his super strength and everything else, it could have been proven in literally a minute and a half of extraordinary feats. This feels like it's going on for 15 minutes. And even at one point, Eve Arden has to say, okay, we get it, stop. You don't need to prove anything more. So it's it's kind of like that. The movie is sort of, the scenes go on so long in some cases, you want to say, okay, we get it, stop, move on to the next thing. Without those long extended sequences, I'm pretty sure this movie might have been 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops. So, yeah, if you have the patience for that, this is the kind of thing maybe you want to throw it on the background and you'll find yourself chuckling at some of the absurd stuff that goes on throughout. So, here we go. We're going to pick tomorrow's. I didn't set this up ahead of time. It's going to take forever to load. Dang it. Yeah, so I'm gonna talk to you a little bit more about this as I come up with this stuff. So yeah, Kurt Russell, Eve Arden. Oh, and hey, look, it's Star Trek. No, strongest man in the world. I beat it. Yeah, I'm gonna probably skip through this. So just fast forward through this section as we. Here we are, we're going to pick the number 392. Okay, 392. Feels like we've had one around there before. 392 is scrolling. 392. No, we haven't had it. Oh my gosh. I don't know if this is on here. We're gonna check. Unfortunately, we're gonna drag you with me here. It's 392 is National Treasure, Book of Secrets. Now, weirdly, National Treasure 2 isn't listed here, right underneath it. I don't know if that's the thing, but we're gonna also probably fast forward through this. Last I checked, I think only National Treasure 2 is on here. Oddly enough. Ooh, by the way, have you heard they're making they got a writer for National Treasure 3, so. Oh wait, no, it's there. Let's make sure. This Book of Secrets. National Treasure. It's due to existing agreements, the title will be available on April 30th, 2020. But is this Book of Secrets? I don't know. I don't think this is. Or is this? Wait. Yes. National Treasure 2 is Book of Secrets. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie. So yes, this is here. It's available. I was correct. National Treasure 2 is available. Not the first one for some reason. Somebody else has the rights to play it, probably Netflix or somebody. But National Treasure 2, that's what we're going to watch. It's a 2-hour and 5-minute movie with Nicolas Cage stealing artifacts from our history. So why not? let's check it out, because I only ever watched the sequels. I never watched the originals in this thing. Don't know. All right, we'll see you then next time on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge with the National Treasure 2 Book of Secrets.